What's up, everyone? This is Kronos, aka Adam, back with my first non-week in review episode on the channel. Today is Sunday, May the 10th. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Tonight will actually be WWE Money in the Bank, I believe, coming from the Performance Center for some of the matches, and then obviously Titan Tower for the other match, the two Money in the Bank matches. As always, you can find me on my social media handles there. You can also like, share, subscribe to the channel. It definitely helps me build this up. Yes, I'm up early this morning, haven't had a chance to shave and get ready for Mother's Day. I'm going to be spending it with my family. Obviously social distancing, hopefully everyone is staying safe. So right now I'm just going to go through the matches. I'm going to use the confidence points system that a lot of people do use. If you're not sure how it goes, essentially there are 8 matches scheduled for tonight's pay-per-view, and then what you're going to do is you assign your most confident match that you think is going to happen 8 points, your least confident match 1 point, and then each match you assign a number corresponding to the amount of confidence you have in the outcome. I'm not really going against anyone, so if you want, feel free to post your predictions in the comment section and then see how you stack up against me. I do something a little differently with my predictions. I like to pick both who I kayfabe want to win and who I believe will win based on the booking and just how things roll. So, but I'll be going through my, the confidence points will actually correlate to who I think is going to win. So hopefully that makes sense. We'll go through it and, we'll see what happens. So 2 matches that were just set up, I believe, yesterday through WWE's social media. The first one is going to be on the kickoff show. We have Jeff Hardy versus Cesaro. Obviously, Jeff Hardy has been, just came back recently from injury. They've been doing the 4-part kind of series on him, documenting his life, his struggles, his comeback, everything going on there. And he's been feuding with Sheamus, especially as of this past SmackDown episode when he got the upper hand on Sheamus. And Cesaro obviously is just, he's a great competitor. Obviously he's part of the Artist Collective, but right now without Sami Zayn, due to his not wanting to be on because of the pandemic going on, he has been with Shinsuke, and they've actually been kind of with Corbin. One of those another issues that I have with Corbin and his, constant getting minions. But anyway, So I believe Jeff Hardy is going to win this match. I have 7 confidence points in this. It's his first match back, unless there's some kind of shenanigans with Sheamus based on what happened on SmackDown. I do believe they're going to give to Jeff Hardy. Personally, in kayfabe, I want Cesaro to win because Jeff Hardy I don't really have it. I like Jeff Hardy. I think he's great, but I just don't care that he's back anymore. I feel like, there's nothing that he can really do to really get me excited enough, whereas Cesaro always puts on banger matches, and I think he is criminally underutilized, especially now, once he, broke up from the bar with Cesaro, with Sheamus. So Jeff Hardy, 7 points. The next match, which is a head-scratcher in itself, R-Truth versus MVP. I say it every single time. MVP was supposedly no longer going to be an active competitor. He was strictly going to be a producer backstage, but now they have him kind of supporting Brendan Vink and Shane Thorne. He's doing the VIP lounge. Obviously, he wrestled in the up against Apollo Crews to get into Money in the Bank, which he lost. So R-Truth has not been seen pretty much since WrestleMania when he lost the 24/7 title. I don't know. So I think... And I have 6 points on this because I'm pretty confident MVP is going to win this match just because he's more relevant on TV and R-Truth is easy to take a pin. He doesn't lose anything because he's basically a comedy act now. I do want R-Truth to win because I'm not a fan of MVP. I am a fan of R-Truth. So kayfabe, I'd want R-Truth, but I do believe MVP is going to win this match. The next match I have is for the SmackDown Women's Championship. We have Bayley versus Tamina. This is Bayley's been the champion since Money in the Bank last year when she won and cashed in on Charlotte. And, Tamina stood tall at the end of last week's SmackDown, this past SmackDown. But to be honest, I'm not really a fan of Tamina. I don't think that she has anything that would, I don't think that they would make her the champion. I don't think she's good enough on the mic. I don't think she's a bankable star, especially right now. So both kayfabe and shoot, I do give the win to Bayley, and this is my most confident match. I have 8 points on this. 8 points for Bayley. Bayley will retain. Next is the WWE title. We have Drew versus Seth Rollins, obviously on Raw. Drew sort of stood tall. Seth got the upper hand on him, but then Drew got the upper hand back. So, and then Seth got out before he did get fully, I guess, stand tallish, because he got out before he got Claymored. But Drew, I guess, was standing tall. But the math doesn't always work. And in this case, I do think Drew it's too early to take the title off Drew. He just won it at WrestleMania. He's been a fantastic champion, fantastic on the mic, and I do think that he deserves to remain champion and kind of keep this going. Seth, obviously since the injuries to one of the members of AOP and just the way things have happened with the pandemic right now, his steam kind of lost, from his flock and the disciples and all that. I do like where he is. I don't think I haven't liked all of his promos, but I do think that he is right now the one of the better heels on Raw, and I do think that this feud should go longer than what it is right now, because essentially this feud just started. I do think that this has the opportunity to be a very good feud, and I think hot potatoing the title this early would just not work, and not something I really want to see. And I just think Drew's just the better competitor right now. He's killing it right now, and he's a beast. So both kayfabe and shoot wise, I am giving it to Drew, but I only have 3 confidence points on it, which I know sounds a little ridiculous because it sounds like I'm very confident in it. But I could easily just see them, making Drew chase the championship, especially because there is no crowds right now. So, you don't have to necessarily worry about crowd reaction. I mean, obviously you have to worry about ratings, but ratings have been basically in the toilet for a long time now, especially during this pandemic. So, so I'm going with Drew. Next, I have Braun Strowman versus Bray for the Universal title. Braun took it off Goldberg at WrestleMania. Essentially, from what I've read, Goldberg didn't want to be the champion anymore. He just kind of was signed on to do what he did. Obviously, with the pandemic, everything changed. I think he, didn't want to lose. I'm not exactly sure, it's obviously all speculation, but it just seems like, he kind of checked out, especially now because there's no crowds, there's, no reason for him to really be on TV anymore, so they kind of gave it up to Braun. Braun, I don't think is the greatest champion. I think he had the potential a while ago, but I think that they've diluted his character as of late, making him sometimes a comedy act, sometimes a beast, give him a push, then take him down, then a push, then take him down. I don't think they really know what they have with Braun. And Braun isn't doing himself any favors when he does, shoddy promo work, and just, he can't really emote, and there's a bunch of things there that I've had an issue with Braun. This is Bray Wyatt, by the way, Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt, not The Fiend. We actually haven't really seen The Fiend much. We've seen the puppets in the Firefly Funhouse, but we actually haven't seen The Fiend himself. And the back and forth between them has been good, but because of Bray, basically that he is, trying to recruit him back into the family, trying to get him back to being the black sheep of the Wyatt family, and Braun very reluctant to do that. But I do think that Braun is going to win. I would like Bray to win. Kayfabe, I want him to be the champion again. I think he got robbed of it against Goldberg. I think that was kind of shitty the way they took it off him, and I do think that he is better. And I always think that the babyface is always better chasing the title than keeping the title. But I do think that it's too soon to take it off Braun. But I'm not very confident in that because of the fact that I didn't think they were going to take it off The Fiend last time. So I only have 2 points of confidence on this one, that Braun will retain. Now we're going to go to the SmackDown Tag Team title Fatal 4-Way, which means that there's not an elimination. It's first one to a pin. Doesn't matter who pins who. Whoever gets the pin will be the new Tag Team champion. So the champions don't have to be even factored into the finish to lose their title. We have Lucha House Party, we have New Day, we have Miz and Morrison, and we have Forgotten Sons. Obviously, they had a banger match on SmackDown this past Friday. It was a 8-man tag with Lucha House Party teaming up with New Day against Miz and Morrison and the Forgotten Sons. Miz and Morrison and the Forgotten Sons actually were victorious in that match. They did stand tall, but I don't see Forgotten Sons. I think they're too new, and I don't see them yet as being able to kind of carry the title yet. Lucha House Party, I think they're great, but I do think they're seen more as a comedy, more fun act. Miz and Morrison, because they stood tall, I'm going by the math on this one, they stood tall and they got the pin, so I don't think they're going to win, and so that basically just leaves the logical choice of New Day, of Big E and Kofi, while, oh my god, what's his name? Oh my god, why am I forgetting his name? Consequences, Creed. Oh my god, why am I forgetting his name? Oh my god. I can't believe I'm forgetting the third member of New Day's name. Xavier Woods, wow. I'm sorry, Xavier. If you're watching this, I apologize, because you're one of my favorites, especially because Up, Up, Down, Down. Unbelievable, because I was thinking Consequences Creed, because I know you were in Impact with that name. Wow, my bad. Anyways, so both Shoot and Kayfabe, I want the New Day. I think the New Day, and I have 5 points of confidence in this one. Now on to the Money in the Bank matches themselves. So here's the interesting thing. So this is going to be the most unique match of all of Money in the Bank. The risk is worth the reward. They're climbing the corporate ladder. All right, I got all those stupid things out of the way. But they're going to be going on at the same time, which has never happened before. And this is going to be very interesting to see how they play the men and the women at the same time. What kind of intergender spots are they going to have together? Will the finishes happen at the same time? Will they not? Will one side help the other and vice versa? How long is this match going to go? Is this match going to start at the beginning of the pay-per-view and go for 3 hours? Are they just going to give it the last hour of the pay-per-view? I've heard nothing of this so far, so I'm completely in the dark. But I do know this was actually filmed in mid-April, so obviously they're going to be able to edit it and figure it out, in a specific way. Hopefully the production value of it is very well done, especially because of the type of matches that they did for WrestleMania with the Boneyard match and the Firefly Funhouse match. Obviously this one is not as kind of out there and gimmicky, but the opportunity for them to have the time to be able to edit it gives me the confidence that they're really going to pull off something really cool and special with this. I should have done a prop bet of who's going to get the Hans Gruber treatment and get thrown off. It's got to be Corbin, because who else would get thrown off a building but Corbin? So in the women's match, we have Asuka, Shayna, Nia from Raw, Carmella, Dana Brooke, and Lacey Evans from SmackDown. Obviously, as I said on my Raw, or was it my SmackDown? I forget which one it was. There was a commercial that was, during the Raw or SmackDown session of my weekend review, which you can find on the channel. They made a commercial where Becky Lynch was going to confront the winner of the women's Money in the Bank match. Well, why would she confront anyone who won on SmackDown? So I think they kind of messed up there and kind of tipped their hand that someone from Raw is going to win. I don't think Nia is going to win. Just don't think she's going to win. I think it's going to be Shayna. It's frustrating because they've given Shayna, they give her the Royal Rumble, she loses. They give her, all these things, keep building her up for her to lose, and it's just kind of frustrating because, I'm getting a little over Becky. Like, I think she's phenomenal. I think she's great, but at the same time, what's left for her to do? She needs to lose that title, get humbled, maybe do a crisis of confidence storyline, and chase. Because now she's getting a little too big for her britches, it seems like, becoming a little too overconfident. And I've been saying what I would love to see is kind of like the Rocky 3 treatment. How Rocky 3 got too big for himself and then got his ass kicked by Mr. T, had to go back to basics, go back to Apollo, learn how to basically fight again, become a southpaw even, something to that effect with Becky. She's got, build herself back up to then take down Shayna, and all the while, maybe even go off TV and, maybe just peppering him once in a while, seeing her train while Shayna just dominates and dominates, and then, have it back and forth. I would like to see. I actually would love to see Asuka win because I think Asuka is phenomenal. I think that she's been kind of, I don't know what they've been doing with her. I mean, they make her strong, but at the same time, they don't make her strong. They had her with the tag team women's title, and then not. I mean, I don't know exactly what's going on, So, and obviously everything with Kairi Sane, and the fact that there's questions. I know apparently she was on Main Event, which I think is still a thing, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, so I love Asuka. I think she's hysterical. I think she's great at what she does. I think she's killing it right now. One of the best performers in the empty arena atmosphere. So, but I have 4 confidence points because I was confident that someone from Raw was going to win, but I wasn't 100% confident of who. But I'm going to go with Shayna with 4 confidence points. And finally, if you've been paying attention to the numbers, my least confident match, just because they can go any way with this. The men's Money in the Bank match, we have Aleister Black, AJ Styles, Rey Mysterio from Raw, and on the SmackDown side, we have Daniel Bryan, Baron Corbin, and Otis. So here, obviously on the Raw, no one really stood tall because AJ won the gauntlet match to get into it. Both Black and Ray just had promos, so there was no really kind of altercation between them. Bryan, Corbin, and Otis actually were involved in a 6-man tag. Bryan, Gulak, and Otis versus Corbin, Cesaro, and Shinsuke, where I don't even remember who won that match. I think it was Bryan's crew. But in the end, they were fighting on top of the ladder, and Corbin ended up standing tall, grabbing the briefcase. And as I said, normally, as you say, whoever stands tall, usually the math goes against them. But when it comes to Corbin, all bets are off because he was touching the throne during King of the Ring and ended up being King of the Ring. So, I have no idea. But I do think that because I feel that someone on the Raw side is going to win the women's match, I think they want to keep it balanced. I mean, that's just, kind of my logic, that someone on the SmackDown side, on the men's side, is going to win, because also you want to have, who's going to be the next to challenge the title, whether it's Braun or Bray. And then from there, I don't think that they're ready to give Otis a title shot run or anything like that. Corbin has already won and lost, and I think I could easily see them doing that with him because they love Corbin and they love to make him like just whatever. But I actually think Daniel Bryan is going to win this. I think that, I know there's been rumors about Daniel Bryan kind of, pulling back a little bit of the amount he's been on TV, kind of becoming more of a part-time guy, obviously between his health and starting his family and everything going on. But at the same time, I think he loves what he's doing, and I think he could, whoever it is, whether it's another go-around with Bray or it's against Braun, I think it would be a fantastic thing for him to be Money in the Bank. Obviously, sometimes people like the heel because they want the heel to come in and do the, the quick cash in. I'm fine with that. Personally, I want Aleister Black to win. I think he's great. I think they've been kind of underutilizing him. They've been building him up more, but especially for a while, they just had him fight jobbers. They had him in a room, and he wasn't really doing anything. I think that would be awesome because I think that he is a champion in the making, and it's only a matter of time before they give him a championship belt. So, I would like Aleister, but I'm going to go with 1 confidence point because I have no idea, because it can go in any direction. But Daniel Bryan, I have as your Money in the Bank winner. So real quick recapping. MVP versus R-Truth. I have MVP. I want R-Truth 6 confidence points. Jeff Hardy versus Cesaro on the kickoff show, which also lends me to believe that R-Truth and MVP are going to be on the main show, which is a little weird. But anyway, Jeff Hardy, I believe, winning with 7 confidence points, but I want Cesaro to win. I have Bayley versus Tamina. Bayley winning 8 confidence points, both I want, and I think. Drew, I want and I think him to beat Seth Rollins with 3 confidence points though. Bray versus Braun, I think Braun's going to win. Bray, I want to win, but I think Braun's going to win with 2 confidence points. Daniel Bryan to win Money in the Bank with only 1 confidence points. I'd love Aleister Black to pull that out. Shayna to win the women's Money in the Bank. I would love Asuka to do it, 4 confidence points. And New Day, both I want. I think he's going to win, but I would love to see Miz and Morrison win it. I just find them very funny. And 5 confidence points. So there you have it. Money in the Bank. Predictions, preview. Tonight, at both Performance Center and Titan Tower. Let me know what you think. Like, share, comment. Find me on my social media here. And happy Mother's Day. Don't forget to tell your mothers happy Mother's Day. Get them a card if you can. Even if it's just online, get them a gift card. Just let them know that you appreciate them, because without them, you wouldn't be here. And that's my PSA for that. As always, bye now. Hi, I'm Kronos, here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a YouTube viewer, or anyone for that matter, can have: patience. Sometimes, patience is the key to victory. Like waiting until the end of an episode for a post-credit scene involving old-school wrestling action figures that you find funny, or even corny. Sometimes it leads to very little. Like a spoof of a post-credit scene from a popular film franchise. Then you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing. How many more of these we got?